Have you ever been caught in the rain without an umbrella? If so, you know how quickly you get soaked and miserable. The only thing worse than being caught in the rain without an umbrella is seeing someone else get soaked when they could have used yours. But this is exactly what happened to one homeless man who would hand out free umbrellas to complete strangers until his dying day. People began to question why this strange man was giving away such expensive umbrellas for free. They didn't understand why he would part with such valuable possessions. But after a while, they realized that there was something more to the story. And they were right. This man had a good reason behind his actions. He just wanted to pay it forward. This man had experienced homelessness himself many years ago, and he knew what it was like to be cold, hungry, and without shelter. So every time he saw someone who was homeless or in need, he would do whatever he could to help them. This included giving them money, food, or even his own coat if it was cold out. But this man was especially fond of giving out umbrellas because he remembered how grateful he had been when someone gave him an umbrella when he was down on his luck. The man's name was John, and he was an elderly man who had a penchant for wearing a straw hat and a trench coat. People often saw him walking around the city center with an umbrella tucked under his arm. When the weather forecast predicted rain, John would set up a table and chair outside the library and wait for the downpour to begin. As soon as the first raindrop fell from the sky, John would open up his umbrella and offer it to any passerby who looked like they could use it. At first, people were confused by this gesture, but they soon realized that John wasn't trying to sell the umbrella or ask for money. He was simply giving it away for free. People couldn't believe their eyes. They had never seen anyone do anything like this before. They wondered why John was wasting such an expensive umbrella when he could have easily sold it for a lot of money. One day, a young woman named Sarah decided to approach John and ask him why he was giving away such valuable items. She couldn't understand why he would part with his possessions so easily, especially when he himself needed them. So she sat down next to him and asked him the question that had been on everyone's mind. John looked up at her and smiled. He had been expecting this question for a while now, so he wasn't taken aback by it. He took a deep breath and began to tell her the story behind his unusual habit. As John spoke, Sarah listened intently. She had no idea that John had been through so much in his life, and she was shocked to hear about all the hardships he had overcome. She felt like she had known him for years, and she couldn't wait to hear the rest of his story. Many years ago, John had been a successful businessman. He had a good job, a nice house, and a loving family. But then his company went bankrupt, and he lost everything. He became homeless and had to live on the streets. It was during this time that he met a kind woman who gave him an umbrella when it started to rain. John never forgot how deeply her kindness moved him. Years later, when his life began to flourish, he carried that memory as a promise, choosing to pay it forward. He started by giving out umbrellas to other homeless people, but he soon realized that he wanted to do more. He wanted to make a difference in the world. So he began giving umbrellas to anyone who needed them, regardless of their situation. Sarah was moved by John's story. She couldn't believe that he had gone through so much, but she was inspired by his determination to make a positive impact on the world. She thanked him for sharing his story with her and promised to do whatever she could to help him continue his work. As the years slipped by and John has passed away, Sarah carried his memory and the promise she had made like a flame that never died. She knew that he was an inspiration to everyone around him, and she didn't want his legacy to end. So she came up with a plan to honor John and keep his memory alive. Sarah reached out to local businesses and asked them to donate umbrellas that she could give away in Johnny's name. She also started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for more umbrellas and to help other people in need. To her surprise, people were more than happy to help out. They loved John's story, and they wanted to be a part of it. Within a few weeks, Sarah had collected enough money and umbrellas to continue John's work. She organized an event in the city center where she gave away the umbrellas and raised money for other charities. The event was a huge success and everyone who attended it left feeling inspired and hopeful. Sarah continued to honor John's legacy by giving out umbrellas and helping other people in need. She worked with local shelters to provide umbrellas and other supplies to those who were less fortunate. She also started a social media page dedicated to John, where she shared his story and encouraged others to pay it forward. As word spread about Sarah's efforts, more and more people wanted to get involved. Volunteers from all over the country reached out to her, eager to help out. They organized events, donated money, and gave away umbrellas to anyone who needed them. Together, Sarah and her team of volunteers were able to make a real difference in the lives of many people. They provided shelter, food, and clothing to those who were homeless and helped families who were struggling to make ends meet. But perhaps the most important thing that Sarah and her team did was to honor John's legacy. They kept his memory alive and made sure that his story continued to inspire others. Through their efforts, John's kindness and generosity lived on, touching the lives of countless people. Every year on the anniversary of John's death, Sarah organizes a memorial event in his honor. During the event, she gives away umbrellas to those in need, shares stories about John, and encourages others to pay it forward. One day, a young boy approached Sarah after she had given away several umbrellas. He had been watching her for a while and had a question that had been on his mind about John's stories. "Why did you, that old man, give away his umbrella?" he asked. Sarah looked down at the boy and smiled. She had been expecting this question for a while now, so she wasn't taken aback by it. She took a deep breath and began to tell the boy the story behind John's unusual habit. As Sarah spoke, the boy listened intently. Hearing John's story stirred something deep inside him. He couldn't believe that someone could be so kind and generous after going through so much. When Sarah finished telling the boy the story, he was deeply moved. He thanked her for sharing it with him and promised to do whatever he could to help carry on Johnny's legacy. From that day on, the boy became one of Sarah's most ardent supporters. He volunteered at every event and encouraged his friends and family to donate umbrellas and money to the cause. Together, they were able to honor John's memory and make a real difference in the world. And so the legend of the old man with the umbrella continued to live on, inspiring people for generations to come. His story was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can shine through. We hope you enjoyed this heartwarming tale. If you did, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe for more uplifting content. We've got plenty more stories to share that will warm your heart and leave you feeling inspired. And if you're looking for more great stories, check out our other videos. We're sure you'll find something that will captivate you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be amazed by the power of human kindness and generosity. Who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to pay it forward yourself. Thanks for watching.